need that. I need that up. All right. Let's switch up. Bam, that. Switch this to manual. And I need to press this. Nope. That. Nope. Manual though. Manual focus. Elevation off. There we go. There we go. That is better. Much better. Hello, hello. How's it going? I need to get this stuff out of the way now. Drill out of the way. Oh. Bearings, that's trash now. Hey, Gunner. I think I can now go ahead and finish the build part. We're not going to do firmware tonight. We're going to save that for another night. But I think tonight we're going to go ahead and finish up the electronics. I reprinted the base plate. It came out kind of crappy. I think I need to replace the heat brake on the Clone Prusa. But that's okay. Not the best print quality, but you know what? I'll handle it for now. I do need to get out some T-nuts for this. Whoop. So we're picking up pretty much right where we left off last night, and I'm going to go ahead and get the electronics assembled here, get everything connected. I don't think we're going to power it up tonight, or maybe we will, make sure there's no magic smoke, but at least we can get everything put together. So I got to assemble the power supply, assemble the enclosure, but again I want to get this mounted first. That's not going to be in the way. Shouldn't be. That's not tapered like the old version was. Bill, what's up? Hey, Brandon. Yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do, but we just finished the movie. And I figured, you know what, let's get the... I want to get this electronics enclosure mounted sooner rather than later. There's the base plate for it there. Let's turn it this way. There's that, and then I already went ahead and mounted the SKR in there. And now this goes on right here somehow. But I'm not tracking on how we were supposed to connect that. Brandon the Bear Prince, sweet. Thanks, Dustin. Yeah, this is power supply, the new LCD cover. So this is the old one. I went ahead and reprinted it today because it didn't use that much green. But this is the old one where the X, I forgot to change the color on that. The current one has the X on there printed in green the way it should be. So I was pretty excited about that. I guess I'm just going to use some Nylox on that, maybe. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Get some appropriate sized M3s. What are we going to use? 16s maybe? No, that'd be way too long. maybe 10s even might make it. So we're going to put the nut on the inside, I think. I think that'll make mounting this a smidgen easier. Or are these threaded for that? Oh, those are threaded for it. Huh. That's pretty cool. Tank is going to be long, though. So let's go. No, we'll just do 10s. To heck with it. 10s it is. And we got a screwdriver here. Put a different lens on today. Arrgh. This is a little hard to do with that mounted, so we're going to take it off. Lock. Thanks, Happy Extruder. Ron, I think it is, right? Hey, Vince, what's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. I said the goal today is get this electronics mounted and assembled. I also printed out some 2020 extrusion clips to use for the LCD cable, to run the power supply cables from the power supply to here, and to clip all of the motor cables inside the 2020 extrusion. Hopefully that's going to work. I don't know. I'm not really sure I'm going to finagle that, but maybe time will tell, I guess. Probably should just pull this thing up on Cults and see exactly what they did to mount it, but I am impatient. I did not design this part, so I'm not 100% sure. This box is really big. You also could, I bought it so it had, the lids are two different ways, where the lid I have is just the straight lid with a 50mm fan in it. They have another lid that is where you could put your MOSFET for the heated bed if you're going to use a MOSFET. I'm not, so no worries about that there. So that slides in there. Look at that. I guess I'll go ahead and throw a nut on there. Really not a fan of this, the way they're mounting this on here. Should get rid of old 3 on it here. Should be alright. This is going to be super difficult. I don't know how I'm going to be able to hold that and screw that in at the same time. Maybe we can use this. go, that bit. Okay. And then the other one go here. It just received Tina's 3 months ago. I'm in the same boat, dude. I ordered a bunch of stuff back in February and March. So, not quite as long, but pretty long. Alright, so there's the SKR13 mounted in there. And then that mounted in. Now I'm going to go ahead and mount this to the extrusion because doing the what's it called, the lid forge not as bad as this part was. There's that one. Okay, that's on there. Sweet. That doesn't look half bad. Of course, you guys can't see half of that because I never remember to adjust my doggone cameras here. There we go. Okay. So we'll turn this way. I gotta say, this is definitely getting heavy now with all these parts finally going on here. So here is the enclosure for the lid, I guess. Add some focus right about there, something like that. So here's our logo for the machine, and I'm gonna end up cutting off this and putting a new connector on there, but for now I want to get this mounted. So I've got the hinge plates here, which are basically identical that way, so let's get a, I think I can use a shorter bolt on this one, maybe. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to shift the bed over a little bit because the bed is in the way here. Or actually, I'll just move this higher. That's what we're gonna do. Move this a smidgen higher. How high do we have it in the model? Oh, we had it up a little ways in the model. So we'll go, let's say there. See how that does. That'll give us a little more space. This slides in like that. That is a big enclosure. We might remodel that. Just for the size of it is just enormous. It is not an LED fan, sadly. If I can find a sweet 50mm LED fan for this, I will absolutely buy it. And if it's RGB, all the better, because you can do neopixels with the SKR 1.3. I'm pretty sure you can. But for right now, it is just a noise blocker 50mm. So, oh my god, I cannot hold on to this. Also a fairly tight spot in here to get this in. Biting now? Nope, still not biting. Come on. do the bottom first. Or just clip it in all the way. Whew, that is tight. That one started there. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. What's spinning in there? Get a longer screw for the bottom here. It's not biting well enough for my taste. I have some RGBs that I could use. I don't know how I would control an RGB fan. I know you can control RGBs from it, but that can be version 2.0. Alright, so there we go. There's the enclosure. So I need to slide a M3 in there. And get something long enough. Maybe one of these long 30 millimeters. This might make it. See if this does it. That does it. All right. That's not too bad. So that secures it in. We've got our electronics enclosure there. Let's go ahead and wire up the power supply before I start connecting anything to the enclosure. I want to get the power supply, and got to appreciate a little bit of palette work on here. So 2 colors. This took forever to print. I mean, absolutely forever. Nice tight fit. So it's held on with here. It's going to mount there, and it's nowhere near. Oh, I got to take that off. Yeah, okay. Whew, forgot. I have to take this corner bracket off. I just kind of crapped myself there for a second there. But yeah, and then I did not apparently extrude these holes through all the way, so I need to do that. So let's sort that out first. Drill. Quick adjustment hole here. Why are you stuck? That's the size we need too. This bit is like stupid dull. I'll grab one more size. Okay, there's that. And we just need to clean up the back side a little bit here. So I just need to make that change in the final model. Go. Bam. Alright, that's problem is sorted now. Alright, now the power switch is sitting here somewhere. I had it yesterday. I didn't put it in the main box here. I set it somewhere, didn't I? Here we go. And here's our power switch. It's going to go in there. But we're going to cut this down and just take some of the wires from it. This was how the old printer was hooked up. I have not looked at chat in a while, sorry. A black light. I mean, I do have glow-in-the-dark filament. But I also have not had a black light since like 2001. Thankfully, this is already wired and ready to go. I just have to figure out the length that I need for getting the power supply mounted. I think this fit is skosh on the tight side, which it is. So, file. And then my deburring tool, whatever I did with that, I had it here earlier. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. It's under the printer. Now we're just gonna... I mean, it's printed without support, so it's a smidgen of drooping in there, but nothing that can't be fixed relatively quickly. I also do think in the final version, I'm going to take this text. Right now, it's extruded in 1.5 millimeters, which is half the thickness of this. I'm just going to go 1 millimeter. I've got a little bit of roughness on the back. It does not matter in any way, shape, or form because it's the inside of this, but just for aesthetics, I think I would like to do that a little bit differently. It's a little bit wispy still. Might be hit this with a heat gun here in a little bit, or I'll do that another day. Backside fits okay. It's these corners right here. Tolerance is a little bit, I put a little too on the dot, I think, with my measurements. There we go. And that just squeezes in there, barely, because these connectors I'm using are quite huge. But I'll probably tack that in. But now let's just make sure that we got all of our ducks in a row here. Bend some of these down a little bit. Because I tried to keep this thing not too terribly deep. I mean, I'm just reusing these connectors that are on here. I could just solder them, and then I would have much less in the back there to worry about. But Yeah, and I think I'll add a 1mm lip on the inside there just so that locks in a little bit better. But all in all, that's not too bad. I only need to go like there. Go like here, I guess. So a little bit of extra here in the beginning. Where am I at here? Snips. Drop that. Paul, of course it's going to work in print. Is it going to work in print tonight? No. So if you're waiting for that, you have to wait till another night. I'll probably come back and put some connectors on here, but for right now, no. And that's kind of funny. I didn't add an access hole for the power cables. Derp. A totally huge oversight on that part there. Alright, so we're going to have to drill in this again. So let's put the cables back here, I guess. We'll go here. Yeah, this PTG is something else. I have no idea how big of a hole I need to make for this. Just going to gradually step up. I think this will be more than big enough. Yeah, that works. And now we'll just take the deburring tool and carve off the junk. Hey, you live and you learn with this one. So I did not take any account in the bed wiring. So I need to get some cable for that, which I can. This is not going to be long enough for this and that. So that's going to go into there like there. Yeah, so I need to grab some other cable for that. That's okay. Let's go ahead and get this connected to the power supply at least. Where are we at? Let's make sure this fits in okay now. Smidgen tight in there. Just a smidgen on that. On those. So I think I'm going to just I'm going to solder those on instead, because these connectors are too big and they hit the power supply. Not ideal, but it'll be alright. So I need to grab some new. Where'd that cable go? Oh, come on. Oh. There we go. Ah. Okay. Snip these ends off here. Actually, I guess we can go and reuse this side then. Yeah, we can reuse this side. Just need to figure out how long I need to make them. Getting myself a little bit extra here. About that long. Heat the soldering iron up again. And I need a black jumper for that. There should be good. All right, hey Aaron. Looking all right on this. Couple oversights on the power supply, but that's okay. Nothing that can't be fixed with a drill. Heating up the soldering iron for that. We can put the drill bits away again, hopefully for the last time. These out of the way. Those cables around just in case I need them later. Black on there first. Tin all these, so get them soldered on there. Hot enough yet? Maybe. Maybe not. Not hot enough yet. Border on. There we are. Got to get a new tip for this. There we go. There we go. black on that one, so we need solder on there. This is going to be not fun to get into here, but whatever. Okay. There's one done. Does Z carriage slide? Okay. I haven't finished checking that yet, Aaron. Sorry. I got distracted with everything else. Come on, eat it up. There we go. And then we do the live lead. Which is this one. This thing is just okay. I've just got the jumper to do here. Hold this that way, I guess. Yep. All right. Judging me a little bit. You're probably judging me a lot of it. It's just temporary. I'll go back and where'd the jumper go? Did I drop the jumper? Old one. I had it here. I lost it now. Okay. Turn that fan on for a minute. All right, let's get this jumper in now real quick. Cruddy thing. Why aren't you heating it up? Come on. Just solder on there. It's freaking hot. is this not the clean side? There we go. Let's see if this even fits first. Let's see, do we fit now? Okay, it fits there. Oh, it was sitting on top of there. Idiot. Oh, much better. Alright, much better without those on there. Doesn't hit the switch anymore. Awesome sauce. Alright. And these are more than long enough. So, actually not. What to do here? I don't want to reuse those or not. Might go back and shorten these wires later, but for now we're just gonna insulate those terminals for right now. It's just temporary. Make sure everything is good. But I will definitely probably come back and shorten these wires up and get them to either just the perfect length. And I can note that later. These ones are buried down in there. Okay. Let's get this back in here. Let's make sure this fits back in here again. So we got round. Control. Okay. It's there like so. Alright, let me grab have some black and red cable in here. Out with it, and it's all tangled, of course. Here's the end of the black. Red, maybe. And we're just going to cut ourselves a long length here. It's going to be longer than what I need. This will be enough to get us through this portion here. Bam. This out. We've got. I'm gonna put the screwdriver out. Turn that off for now. There it is. Under the printer. Positive. Negative. down all these ones that I'm not using right now. Let's feed these through here. This is maybe big enough. There we go. It's just big enough. And we can go ahead and secure this for now with the M4s, I believe is what this takes to hold it in. And I've got some short button head M4s. Like a glove. I'm not going to put the bottom braces on yet, Aaron. I'm just going to get this kind of where I need to be, make sure all my wires are the right length, and I'll take it back apart, put some real connectors on all of the power cable wires. And that's too long. Short M4s. Make sure all this is super secure on here. Bam. And there is the power supply. So I'm going to go ahead and take this brace off, because that was temporary. I'm going to reuse these screws from this. They are not long enough. Skosh longer. Like that. This guy mounts on like that. Man down. Okay. Just like that. I have two more braces to put underneath here, but I also have the top Z brace here, which goes like this. And the power supply should screw into. One, two. Does it line up? Yes, it does. And then I just have to do that. I may add in a hole here in the back because this does move a little bit because it's secured from one side but not that side. So I think I might add that in there just to do one more mounting hole there. You can do it real quick. got that marked at least, so now I can take this off. Finish drilling this now. Bigger one down here. Bigger these other holes. Not that big. Alright, that should have did it. Exactly knife. Cut away the slag. Here we go. So it's definitely another something to add to the original model is mounting hole in the back there, which I guess I had thought about, but I thought that it would hug it well enough without it. But clearly looking at it now, that was definitely needed. Should work here. On the money. Now that is secure. I have to put these two in here still, but I'll have to flip the printer on its side in order to be able to do that. That's okay. We got the proof of concept there. We've got our long power cable going into the control box up through there. So that's actually going to go down under all of this junk. And it's going to come up outside here potentially, or from the outside maybe. I guess from the inside. Might need to design another type of mount there for that. And I do have these 2020 clips to keep this all away. Just to quite fit there. And here. Can't fit through there. Let's go underneath. So cable management might be something to add to some of these parts. Try to figure out some type of cable management system. Because that I definitely don't have any way to mount that any other way there except that. So we can figure out something over here to get this there. Definitely figure that one out. No. So, all right. Well. The bed just goes through here. All these through. Thermistor. All the way into there. Started, and then I need a zip tie. Hold that in place. So the bed's out of the way now. X is really short. I have all of my cables here for the motors, and I have a short one for this Z. It should work out okay. Clip that into the extrusion there. So here's one Z. I'm using a splitter. That's not supposed to be a question, that's a statement. Oh, here it is. Of course, I dropped it like I drop everything else. So we have the 1Z. We'll have another Z. I can strip this off. We've got the other Z here. Just all the way down around over here. Keep reach. There we go. Okay. So 2 Z's. E1, X, Y, Z. Nice thing is this has a lot of cable management in this corner here. It's real, I can't show that at all in there, sorry. But that will be crucial once we get this going here. Yeah, I did find some other 2020 clips that I like. These ones are very quick and easy to print. So I printed these. They just literally are use and they clip right on to the extrusion while pushing your wires into the extrusion center. So it's working out, but I definitely need to, there's some other ones that I found that I liked better that I will need to check out. So that would be able to just kind of get over there and out of the way. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and lay this way, I guess, maybe. Let's stay that way. Then that's how that's going to go down there. little bit better there, a little bit lighter there. So here we have extruder, which is a 2208, and then heater wires here. So I think we can trim this down just a skosh. And then strip these back. Get off all the hairs because I hate heater wire. Flathead. Oh, those are Phillips in there. That's cool. I didn't know these were Phillips for these ones. Yeah, I know I'm blocking the camera. I'm just gonna have to suck it up for this one because I can't really see any other way to get this in here. So if I stick my melon in here, it'll look weird. I may have to come back and just make custom sized motor cables. Might make my life easier here. Doesn't say, where does the... I guess it's just going to hang out in there, the nylon. Yeah, the whole X carriage is straight up bare. I mean, I would hate to remix that, like, to make it my own, to make it that unique, to make it my own. Because that's just brutal. Let's see, where's the thermistor for the hot end? I've got a couple wires here left. We've got okay, the ones that are stuck together is that fan, and I soldered on that one. So this should be the blower fan here. I really don't want to make those cables right now. And then this is just actually going to pass all the way through everything. So let's see if I can fish this through all of this here. Bring it down. The Easy ABL cable is stupid long. Love it, but it is the longest cable known to man. Really is. It is so much extra cable here for the Easy ABL. And that's going to have to get mounted down here because I need to run cables up into there for that. This is the Z-Men, which is there. This is going to be kind of a pain to cable manage. Holy cow. Just have to This will have to get mounted down there somehow. Alright, let's get this bed cable trimmed up here so we can get this installed. Give myself a little bit of extra on that. Also probably come back later and put ferrules on at least the bed connections, and the main power connection coming in would probably be a good idea. Because the heated bed is there. It's really close there. Oh, I missed it. There we go. And then let's get these, the mains cable, main power cable coming in at least. Cut that right here. These back. Positive is on that side. Ain't that a bummer? I definitely cut that negative a little short. That's okay. I got plenty more. That's okay. That's alright. We'll deal with that there. But again, the easy ABL here needs to get mounted to the extrusion. So let me do that real quick here. Use some real short bolts for this. Whoops. This mounted here so it's out of the way. Big boy. Alright, easy ABL is mounted on there. Here. Oh, that's wrong. You go there. You go there. Okay. Still got these fan connections I need to sort out, but for this, I think we can go ahead and cut down the nylon here. Keep it a little bit long just in case. We can secure that in and keep that out of our way. I have to get more black zip ties. I only have these white ones left. I mean, I have a few black ones left, but I'm saving those for something else. Okay. So now the extruder and the extruder carriage and the bed carriage are both secured at least and out of the way. Alright, so there's all that. These cables we're going to have to throw some, I think, JSTs on. That's what I'll have to do on there. Gunner, it's just like extremely cheaper for me just to order them online and wait till they get here. And I mean, the stores are open, but again, I don't really feel like going to them if I don't need to. So, all of this stuff is going to get shoved up over in here. And then the CDL cable is going to be the death of me here. Oh, I ran that. Ah, shoot. I ran that around the bed instead of through the bed cable. So let me fix that real quick. So this needs to go through the bed cable, then mount to the extrusion. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and try and get this cable a little bit shorter here. Just longer there, and then just put a gentle zip tie on this. Okay, that's better. So put it in there for the moment. There's our bed thermistor probe. Which goes here to TB, temperature probe or bed. Clears the bed. Okay, that's not too bad then. Get that out of the way. I think you can do it, Dustin. I think you can do it. You gotta want it, though. So let me find the SKR wire. Actually, I got the LCD cables here, which are nowhere near long enough. All right, well that's good to know. I will need to figure something out for that. Are these the longest ones I have? No, I have one other long one here. Why only one chain? I have one crazy long cable because the other one is on the the other one is on the no, it's not on there. Where's it at? Maybe it is. Yeah, let's throw this one here. Whoops. There it is. Oh, the hypercube for some reason. Well, it's actually not that. It's not as long as that. And it's not the same pinout, is it? Nope. Well, that's a waste. Took that off for nothing. Why do I only have one really long cable? All the rest of these are shorts. So I'm gonna have to order some connectors for this. But in the meantime, we can just run the LCD from the side, I guess. That'll be the next best thing. Of course I forgot that. Come on, twist. Close enough. Okay. I think in this orientation, it should be long enough to reach. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, they'll reach this way. Okay. Which one's one, which one's two? Gamble? I can always look. Instead of being lazy bugger. So, this is one. Okay, so one is in my hand right now. One goes here. Two goes here. And there. That's looking great. That's looking absolutely great. Okay, we gotta get one more cable here for the X motor. I think I'll leave the tubing on this one. I just add a piece of heat shrink and make it look better. This is just gonna go like this for now. I will make it shorter some other time. Oh, I still have to add the Y motor too. This is here. And then Y cable. Again, I guess we'll leave this one on here. There we go. Okay, so pull the Y one up in here and get that just kind of put in here as well. Oy vey. Yeah, definitely gonna have to custom some of these cable lengths just to get them a little bit more manageable for in here. Twist it here. Long ones I can cut down to size. All right, so I'm gonna put DuPont on these. save. Ooh. I don't mind DuPont connectors as much as I mind JSTs. Those are a pain in the butt to use. So we're going to make some quick connections here. I have a spillage here. Okay. I thought I kept another JST here somewhere. Oh well. Or a DuPont double. So I need 2 of those. I need 2, 4 pins, crimpers, strippers. And away we go. This will just take a moment. Oh, needle nose. I dropped it. These are definitely not my favorites. Not my least favorite. It's definitely not my favorites though. Come on, Shane. One, fit in there okay. Yep. Black one. Find the other pin I dropped. Way. Black one. So this is for the always on fan, which I believe goes down in the corner. And this one is the part cooling fan, which go on the fan headers. Much thinner. Where'd that pin go? Backwards. Okay, black one. After the red one. Okay. Red, okay. So now this one goes on this connection here. I think there's another one down here. So let me look up the. I thought I had the SKR. I did. Yeah, right there. So, yeah, and that has the positive. Doesn't say. Shoot. I can't see. Which way is the positive going there? That is just in there deep. I can't tell. I think, Aaron, you sent me the pinout, didn't you? Let's go over here. I think he sent me the pinout picture so I can see which way that goes. There it is. Positive is towards the bottom of the board. I guess it is. Alright, does this close? Glorious question. Oh, there's a cable stuck over there. Hey, it closes! Check out, can you guys see that? Yeah, it closes. Still got some cables that are a little bit low down in there, but that'll be another time to tidy that up a little bit. Like I said, I do have the easy AVO cable here that needs to go up into there. So I guess we can flip over here. Trying to run this cable this other way, I guess. Definitely gonna need to figure out, spend some time trying to wire manage this a appropriate way. Yeah, won't work there. Yeah, those zip tie ones that I was looking at earlier, I think will be a good option for this this setup here. So now I need to find my screwdriver yet again. Just take out the power supply, connect up this 12-volt line. Well, it'll definitely be easier, Aaron, once I manage these cables better, because right now they're really not managed all that well. But I think once I figure out how to do the routing of the cables better and whatnot, should be alright. So pass these here. This cable is just long enough too. Sweet. There. Let's move over here. up here. That fits in there pretty nice. I might end up making this a smidgen taller, or just move these holes a little higher, just to give a little more clearance on the switch, because it is pressing on the switch. Ladies and gents, there is the first draft of the Mega Tron. Whoa, right there. That is not 100% shabby. Not 100% at all. So before we power it on, one thing that Aaron, he's badgering me about, is to double check to make sure the Z moves okay. So we will take off the lead screw nuts here. I didn't say you're mad, I just say you're badgering me. Whoa, there it goes. Okay. Come on. So that moves perfectly smooth all the way up and down, Aaron. Whoop. Now we can re-secure these nuts. These are temporaries for those who wasn't here last night. We printed some adapters that Aaron found online, and I printed adapters so I could use the standard T8 lead screw nuts. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and see if the power's on. Maybe I foobarred the whole thing. Bent? Oh. That is pushing on it. Yeah, I'm going to have to move that up a skosh. Because that is pushing on it, which pushes that thing in. Loosen that up. it's the tab in the power supply that is keeping it from. I guess I could just do this for now. I could also just make an adapter to put on here. You know, I might do that. Figure out how to add some type of adapter to this, just to pull it out a smidge more. I don't have to reprint this whole thing because it takes like 20 hours to print. Yep. Power's on. Power to the LCD at least. But I got no firmware or anything on here, so I gotta figure that one out. And it didn't blow up. So that's a win right there. Total win. Alright. So there's the printer for better for worse right now. Some things to change. Finish mounting the power supply here, which will take not long at all. I need to wait for the LDO motors to come in because all the motors in this are going to get replaced with LDO motors. I need to get I ordered them last night, but I need to get the actual palm or drylin, whatever you want to call these, the lead screw nuts. I had the wrong ones. I had 2 start instead of 4 start, so we had to print adapters for those. That's fine. But the new motors will have full lead screws. This one is about, what's that, 25, 30 millimeters short. I have to, again, all of the firmware, and that's going to be a problem too. I have to lower that back down a smidge. So, I have to lower this power supply down a little bit more, the electronics enclosure, just so it can clear that. But yeah, I mean, again, this is a huge learning experience for me on trying to figure out a printer from scratch and not what someone built. Again, Aaron did a lot of that, helped me a lot of the designing on this. We borrowed a lot of parts from other like this whole X gantry is the Bear. This is remixed Bear. These are remixed Bear parts. But the feet, the idler, the motor mounts, the Y mounts were all custom. The power supply is custom. LCD is, of course, it's Prusa, so why not? The current lead screws are 310, I believe, so about 40 millimeters shy. The new ones will be 350 millimeters. That'll give me the full build height then. That's not too bad. That took what, hour and 40 minutes to kind of finish up the electronics part of this. So yeah, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there because I have to work tomorrow. I don't want to stay up too late tonight, but I might just stay on. I might stay and do a couple of little adjustments here, get everything kind of where I like it, and then I'll work on firmware, probably just the Discord, and get firmware running on this. And then the next video will be either a live stream of it printing, or which maybe we could do that on Saturday if I get the firmware done this week and get it configured, because I have to figure out how to get the EasyABL configured with this and the sensorless homing, need to tweak all of that. So I think it's going to take me more than just an evening to tweak down the rest of the settings on this. Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Now I just need to finish up get the firmware moving on this. So again, big thank you to Aaron and everybody else who has provided a little bit of insight here during the streams these past 2 nights. This has been super duper fun. And so the next video will be, well, it's the plan to do a live stream of this. Let's shoot for Saturday, and of me printing with this. And I think we'll be able to go from there. A lot of people were asking about the STLs for this. There are no STLs for this that we're publishing yet. Again, there are several things that need to be tweaked on this to make it work a little bit better. And Aaron and I both in taking notes, so we're going to work to modify those and modify this power supply enclosure. Some of the clearances were a little tight or a little loose on certain things, so we'll definitely make sure to kind of work on that. So with that, thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see y'all on Saturday night, and hopefully we'll see this thing printing. See y'all later.